How's the offseason going for you?
Awesome. Yeah, no, it was really good. Again, too long, but at the same time, I felt like I had a good summer of training under my belt and I'm ready to go this season.
You always seem to have made some sort of an add every offseason to your game. What was the goal to add this offseason?
I just think my play around the net and in my hands. You can never keep stop working on that kind of stuff, and obviously speed again. You can't stop working. You can never be too fast at that, and I just kind of worked on those little things and trying to improve my game.
Have you had any communication with Brock? And what about the fact that he's not likely to be here for the start of camp?
No, I talked to him a little bit. I think they're doing whatever they can to try to get something done here, and obviously Brock wants to be here. He wants to be a part of the team. So hopefully they get something done and he can come and be with his teammates.
Is it important to get something done before training camp, given how short it is? Only 3 days.
Yeah, no, I think it definitely. It'd be good to have him for training camp. Especially team bonding, stuff like that, and getting used to systems and new guys. But at the same time, Brock's he's a great hockey player. He's going to figure it out no matter what, and hopefully he can get something done here in the near future.
Did you give him any advice? It's not that your situation was the exact same a few years back, but
yeah, I mean, I didn't sign. Yeah, I forget. Somebody tweeted out the other day that I signed. I think it was the 8th or something like that, and they announced it. So it was right before camp. I'm happy they got it done when we got it done, and then I got to come to camp and be with my teammates and be with the guys and kind of get that conditioning under my belt too. And I'm sure Brock is hoping to get here to do the same thing.
How stressful was that at the time for you?
Yeah, it is. It is stressful because you want to get a deal done. You want to get back with your teammates, and you want to be there for camp and get going before the season starts. I find it definitely helps that way. To get you mentally and physically prepared for the season. So I thought it was huge to get that done.
But with all the changes, how much better do you think this team is on paper? I guess we'll find out on the ice soon enough.
Yeah, exactly. I think obviously on paper we're looking pretty good, and I think the additions that we added are really going to complement our team really well, and I think they're going to fit in really well here. But obviously we have to perform on the ice now. It's enough talking. We got to come to camp and have a great camp and start the season off right.
Some of those additions were made with you in mind. I think there was a real feeling that they needed to add to the top 6 to give you better players to play with. What did that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, whenever you see that GM wanting to get better players for you and get better and want to make a push to have a great team and make the playoffs, I think as a player it gets you that much more excited and you want to play that much better to try and get there. And I think we definitely have a team right now that definitely has potential to be a playoff team.
That both Jim and Travis have both suggested that they might name a captain at some point going forward here. Didn't have that last year. Have you had any discussions with either of those two about that?
No, nothing yet. Again, I'm just going to leave it into their hands and try to be the best player and the best leader I can be, whether I have an A or a C or not. I just want to play my game and be the person I am and leave it up to them.
Are you ready though to wear the C if that's the ask?
I mean, first of all, it'd be a huge honor, and to even wear a letter on an NHL team, let alone a Canadian market. For sure, I think I'm ready to make that next step. Whether it happens, it's entirely up to them. But again, it wouldn't change me. It wouldn't change who I am as a player, as a person. So I'm just going to be the complete player I can.
You were one of the few guys that was here for that playoff series with Calgary. What do you remember about Michael Furland and the way he played?
I was just talking about that with somebody the other day. He was a beast. I mean, he was a big reason they won that series. He rattled guys. He put guys through the wall. I mean, he did it all that series. Scored goals. So, if we can get a little bit of that on our team, night in and night out, he's going to be a huge factor and a huge piece of the puzzle.
You talked to Sven spend much this offseason in terms of just his health and where he's at coming into camp?
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit. He feels great. That's what he told me. He feels awesome and he's ready to get going. I couldn't imagine what he's feeling like right now, having that much time off. And he told me he can't wait to get the season started and get playing hockey again.
When you were going through your contract, were you cognizant of sort of that belief that if guys miss time in camp, there's a history of poor seasons following? Was that on your mind at all?
No, I was pretty confident that we were going to get something done. I really wanted to come to camp and be ready to go for the season. And I think there has been I think it is in the back of your mind. You know, guys have had history where they come in late and get off to rocky starts. And I know in my second year I didn't have the greatest start either. So that was kind of in the back of my mind where I wanted to get off to a good start again. And I think that was definitely one of the big reasons why we signed so quick. Yep.
Stand your ground. Like, this is what I'm worth. Like, this is the number I want.
It is. It is hard. At the same time, you know, it's it's so different now. You know, when I was signing, there wasn't, I don't know how many RFAs holding out to, you know, it was kind of, I was one of the last ones to sign my deal, and I think it's totally different now, where it's, you know, guys are holding out, and I mean, they think they're worth this X amount of dollars, and I think that's what they're fighting for. I mean, it is tough to hold out for that long, especially you know, when your team's playing and you want to be there, a part of that. And no, I think it's just a different era now.